Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Daniel Zamri and today I want to do a video reflection based on Laboratory Practical 5 Understanding SOAP and WSDL file for BIW 20404, which is Web Service Technology. So the question is, what you need to do is to create a 10-minute video reflection with your face on it, in which you will explain first your understanding of web service, the programs that you have learned so far, and you may offer examples of different problems or cases, and your answer to question 2 and 3 above. Okay, we move on now to your understanding of web service, the programs that you have learned so far, and you may offer examples of different problems slash cases. So we go to my understanding of web services first. Web service are a type of technology that allows different software applications to communicate and exchange data with each other over a network, typically the internet. They provide a standardized way for different systems to interact and share information regardless of the platforms, programming languages, or operating systems they are built on. The key components of the service are: first, service provider. The service provider is the system or application that offers the web service. It hosts the service and makes it available to other systems over the internet. Secondly, service requester. The service requester is the system or application that consumes the web service. It sends requests to the service provider to retrieve or manipulate data. Thirdly, it's a service description. The service provider publish a service description, usually in the form of an XML document which describes the functionalities and operations exposed by the web service. This description includes details such as input parameters, output formats, and communication protocols. SOAP, which is Simple Object Access Protocol. SOAP is a protocol used for exchanging structured information in web service. It defines a standardized XML-based format for requesting and responding to service operations. WSDL, which is Web Service Description Language. WSDL is an XML-based language used to describe the interface and functionality of a web service. It provides a way for service requesters to discover and understand the operations offered by the service provider. REST, which is Representational State Transfer. REST is an architectural style for building web services that use the existing HTTP protocols. It allows service to be accessed and manipulated using HTTP methods like GET, POST, PUT, and DELETE. RESTful web service often return data in common formats such as JSON or XML. So we move on to the programs that I have learned so far. It may offer examples or different problems slash cases, which is first XML languages, secondly XPath, thirdly Java, which is Java API for XML service like JAX-WS or Java API for RESTful web services, which is JAX-RS, SOAP, and finally WSDL. Okay, we move on to your answer to questions 2 and 3 above. For questions 2, WSDL, which is Web Service Description Language, file is used to describe web services. It provides a standardized format for describing the functionality offered by a web service and how to access it. The purpose of a WSDL file is to enable communication and interoperability between different systems by providing a clear and unambiguous description of the web service. Some of the things that we can understand from a WSDL file are: first, service endpoint, which is the WSDL file specifies the location URL where the web service can be accessed. It provides information on how to connect to the service. Secondly, operations. A WSDL file defines the operations that a web service provides. It describes the input and output parameters for each operation and data that can be exchanged. Okay, we continue for questions 2. The, so we move to message format. It specifies the structure of the message that are exchanged between the client and the web service. It defines the data types, elements, and namespace used in the message. Binding. A WSDL describes the protocols and message formats used for communication with the web service. It defines the binding details such as the transfer protocol, which is HTTP, SOAP, and etc., and the encoding format, which is XML, JSON, and etc. to be used. Finally, service description. WSDL provides a human-readable description of the web service, including its name, purpose, and available operations. It may also include additional information such as documentation, service policies, and error handling. Okay, for the question 3, you may refer to my lab 5 since I encountered some technical issues. So that's all from me. Thank you and see you again.